I am from Richmond Hill, so I'm part of this grand coalition of immigrants, new Americans, and Southeasterners and leaders in Southeast Queens. Now our brother Donovan, and I can feel privileged to call him Donovan because it's not usual that we call a borough president or a councilman by the first name. But Donovan has been a brother and a child to us. He has been like someone we can relate to. And that is because he comes from Caribbean heritage like myself. I'm from Guyana and his family's from Jamaica. He is also from Southeast Queens, we are from Southeast Queens. So you see there's a lot in common that we share with Brother Donovan. His father recently became a citizen, just like well, others, we have become citizens also in a brief American dream. So his struggles and his triumphs we can relate to. And he is one of us. And of all the candidates here, he is the one best suited, best equipped, and most qualified to represent us. And that is why we are going with him. He also is very independent. Don't get him wrong, gets along well with everybody, but he knows when to say no, and he knows when to go out and bat for his constituents against whoever it may be, whichever power he may come against. And that is a gift and the strength of a politician that this young man has, and that is a tribute and a credit to him. Now you have to assess the other candidates, and what do you have? You have a soul woman masquerading around as if she's an reformer and someone who is going to bring change, and yet she was part and parcel, a child and a queen of the organization that has kept people like us outside. And Burchard knows this very well. He ran for state council, he was rejected. For state senate, he lost by a few percentage votes against Frank Padovan, never got the endorsement of the county organization. And if to show that was not an error, when I ran a few years after, I was also kicked out, although I came within half a percentage point. Do you see this? We are never good enough for them. We are never part of them. We never belong to them. Now there's changes. And with Councilman Gregory Meeks, we expect a lot of change will benefit for us, but we also have to continue to give in order to get. So we have to continue to work the system, and we work it in such a way that it will give to us. Now, you have another cop that is a person who's been a police officer most of his life, and he also wants to be borough president. So how do you want to bring back stop and frisk where people of color like us can be profiled and made second-class citizens? Because that's the very reason I ran against a gentleman named Surf Maltese, if you can call him that, a Republican state senator, where he actually tabled a bill saying people of color, that's me, all of us in this room, 100%, except
Jed.
Except for brother there, who I know is part of us. Unfortunately,
he's part Bengali.
Yes, part Bengali, and that would hurt him because they would say you're part Bengali and you only look white. We're going to stop you and frisk you. They want to legalize racial profiling. They want to say, well, you don't belong. You're a second-class citizen. So that is the reason why we are so involved in this campaign, because Donovan Richards will take to Queensborough president, the bastion of power in this county, the very values that we want to have for our children, where they can grow up equally with everyone else. They cannot feel deprived. They will not feel, second-class citizens. And that's the blessing. That's why we're putting our support behind him. Also, there's another person there. Who's the other person? There's some other person. Or is that it? I think some have not got much in front. Yeah, they don't bother. They're irrelevant to this point. But here's the thing. People have lost elections by 5 votes, by 10 votes. So if you want a gentleman to be your borough president, you've got to call all your family, you've got to bring him out to the polls, and you've got to keep working hard, and you've got to keep funding him. Right? This is how campaigns are run. And with that, I urge you and I compliment you for being here. Spread the word right across Queens and elsewhere to help him with his funding, and also to make sure to come out and take him to the finish line. When he wins, then it will be easier going forward then. And that's where we're part of one movement going forward, and let's keep that together. So, assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Namaste, and let's keep the ball going and take it to the finish line. Thank you very much.